This was my dream since years and years and years and years. It's a long time I wanted to do that. And I was totally obsessed by that. It was becoming a source of love. We found the solution, the technical solution, to manufacture a sapphire case.
Hey everyone, this is Daniel here with Chrono Sapien. We're going to take a look at the material that revolutionized watchmaking, the untold story of sapphire. Right now, we're going to be diving into this video review of sapphire and how it has been integrated through Richard Mille, a remarkable watch brand that I'm sure many people have heard of by now. This is a video by Watch I Love magazine. And so without further ado, let's take a look at this. And everybody, please don't forget to hit that like button and drop a comment below, subscribe for future notifications. Thanks.
For more than 40 years, sapphire has long been a universal solution for transparency in watchmaking, with its well-established role of protecting the front and back of wristwatches of all types. Nonetheless, true to the central tenet of the brand's philosophy to enhance the way materials, old and new, are used in watchmaking, this well-known material has now been transformed and has presented new creative possibilities. When Richard Mille decided to approach this material with a fresh perspective, it unlocked a whole realm of artistic ideas comprising stunning new visual applications, as well as cutting-edge functionality. With unparalleled ability to infuse horological materials with newfound creative potential, the brand breathed new life into sapphire, positioning it at the forefront of modern watchmaking, where it is now considered one of the prized materials in the industry. Once again, pure emotion was the key to unlocking new creative impulses. At the first viewing of the brand's prototype split-seconds chronograph movement for the RM50 Felipe Massa, Richard fell in love. Rather than conceal this incredible mechanism within a regular watch case, he decided only the optical clarity of pure sapphire could fully do it justice, enabling viewers to appreciate its intricate workings from every possible angle. Yet the development of this idea would be far from straightforward. What exactly is sapphire? Or to be more precise, synthetic sapphire. This man-made material exactly matches natural sapphire in chemical composition, physical properties, and crystalline structure. The additional plus point is that it provides material large enough for the creation of watch cases and complex parts that would be impossible to make using naturally occurring sapphire. The principle of a synthetic crystal growth method, such as the Chiropoulos process, involves melting aluminium oxide in a crucible at temperatures ranging from 2000 to 2050 degrees centigrade under a controlled atmosphere. During the process, a seed of single crystal sapphire is dipped into this molten alumina. Thanks to rotation and translation, the single crystal grows by directional solidification. The growth rate of this seed crystal is infinitely slow so as not to generate any defects in the crystal, bubbles, impurities, misalignments, and thus obtain an exceptional high purity material. Once the desired size has been reached, which can take up to 2 weeks depending on the size of the block, it will be transformed into only one Richard Mille watch case. The next challenge now is to overcome its extreme hardness, around 2000 Vickers, only one notch below that of diamond with incomparable scratch resistance, thus severely limiting the creation of highly complex polished curving forms exemplified in Richard Mille's signature tonneau shape. Although the brand had already developed sapphire dial inserts for the first RM1 in 2001, as well as transparent and flat sapphire movement base plates for the RM18 Tourbillon Boucheron in 2008, There was simply no precedent for machining parts with such complex architecture and designs. It would take a couple of years, working in close collaboration with Richard Mille's partner Stettler AG, based in Switzerland, before the brand would succeed in establishing new machining and finishing approaches adapted to this type of ultra-complex case design in sapphire. Then another set of challenges were the tolerances demanded in a finished sapphire case. Whether it's composed of several parts or just a single sapphire movement part, these tolerances are incredibly tight, in the order of parts of 10 microns. This is due to the extreme hardness and inflexible rigidity of the material during assembly. Just consider for a moment that all the sapphire cases in the brand's collections follow the same production processes. After initial rough form cutting of the sapphire, a technical feat on its own, each part, including pushers, crowns and other small parts, is finished in exactly the same way as a high-quality optical lens. To achieve this, a single sapphire case demands more than 1,000 hours for grinding and polishing every individual part of the watch case, which are the front bezel, the back bezel and the case band. Each element is worked individually on the front, back, sides and inner edges by dedicated machines until they reach their final form. It involves astronomical production costs that lie far beyond the value of any case created in precious metals.
Sapphire in watchmaking. It's the game-changing secret. For over 40 years, sapphire has been the gold standard for transparency in watchmaking. But Richard Mille just took it to a whole new level. This video shows us how this iconic material has been transformed, pushing the boundaries of design and functionality in the most mind-blowing ways possible. Overall, from transparent to jaw-dropping beauty, this move, a very bold one at that, to use synthetic sapphire instead of regular materials isn't just a design choice. It's essentially a revolution. This material isn't just for show. It unlocks a treasure trove of creative possibilities that are changing the game forever. Now imagine a wristwatch by Richard Mille, where the mechanism is exposed like never before, revealing its intricate, breathtaking details at every angle. The science behind this magic? Well, synthetic sapphire, like they're mentioning, is grown from a single crystal in extreme conditions, mimicking natural sapphire, but offering massive advantages in size and in purity. But creating this ultra-hard, ultra-precise material isn't easiest as witnessed here. It's a battle with extreme temperatures and slow growth rates and flawless execution to make the perfect watch cases that are like virtually indestructible. The challenges and breakthroughs of cost, well, cutting-edge mechanical engineering and achieving perfect tolerances to the tune of 10 microns with Richard Mille's sapphire watches, it's a testament to the brand's obsession with perfection. Each watch takes, like they're mentioning, over 1,000 hours of grinding and polishing away. So it's not just about luxury. It's about a very high level, the ultimate level of precision and dedication to the craft of watchmaking. It's really a marvel. And many people, I think, look at the brand and think, wow, this is overpriced. But the reality is that it is art, and it is precise, and it's well executed, and it's unique, and they push the boundaries of watchmaking. And the materials that are used are luxurious materials. So really, I mean, money and value can be questionable at times. In this case, it is a store of value, no doubt. And the brand keeps putting out watches that hold their value and grow in value. So really, they've made their name as an investment watch.
In 2012, the brand ultimately presented the RM56 Tourbillon Chronograph Sapphire, a piece that delved deep into the natural properties of this crystal and showcased its transparent beauty like never before. Rather than resting on its laurels, Richard Mille immediately set out to push the envelope even further, developing ever more intricate sapphire complex movement parts, such as the cut-out and beveled sapphire base plate, winding barrel bridge, tourbillon and centre bridges in the RM5601 and RM5602. Taking control of the production process of sapphire was essential to keep up with the steady flow of creative ideas pouring out from the design department, and it has enabled Richard Mille and Stettler AG to develop previously unknown colours of sapphire in dazzling palettes. The creation of coloured sapphire crystals involves a more complex process than the production of clear transparent sapphire, because it requires the precise incorporation of metal oxides into the sapphire crystal lattice. The colour of a sapphire is determined by the types and quantities of dopants, considered crystal impurities, present within the crystal structure. The doping oxides must be added to the alumina powder in very specific amounts with specific timing, and must be uniformly dispersed during the crystal growth process. For instance, blue sapphire gets its colour from traces of cobalt, while pink sapphire is the result of the presence of chromium. Coloured sapphire is very sensitive to the heating process and crystal growth rate. If the right temperature conditions are not respected, it can affect the way oxides diffuse into the crystal lattice, and therefore can lead to the uneven distribution of colours or undesired hues. Similarly, a growth rate which is too fast can lead to uneven colour and the generation of bubbles within the crystal. Of course, reproducing the same colour in different batches is a challenge due to slight variations in growth conditions or in the purity of the starting materials. Each sapphire block produced is an achievement, and our advances in technology and crystal growth techniques continue to improve our ability to produce coloured sapphires with consistency and quality. The first of these incredible coloured sapphire creations was introduced in the 2015 women's collections, with the RM0702 pink sapphire, later followed with the RM0702 versions in other coloured sapphires. Then after further development, sapphire cases were introduced with gem settings, the very first of their kind ever made in the world of watchmaking. The sapphire family of timepieces at Richard Mille have now become a permanent showcase for the brand's ability to combine beauty, creativity, and technical prowess in novel ways. It is clear the future will see more of the hidden potential of sapphire in all areas of creative and mechanical watchmaking, with the presentation of new sapphire models that pave the way to the brand's present and future collections, while at the same time exploring more uncharted facets of this fascinating material.
Some of the main physical and chemical properties of sapphire are its hardness. It's one of the hardest minerals with a rating of 9 on the Mohs scale of mineral hardness. Its color, while typically blue, as mentioned before, it can be found in different colors such as yellow, pink, purple, green, and colorless. The color is caused by presence of trace amounts of elements in the crystal structure. It has a density of 3.98 G/cm to the exponent 3, making it denser than most other gemstones. It has a high refractive index of 1.76 to 1.77. This means that the light is bent more when it passes through sapphire, giving it a unique sparkle and brilliance. It is chemically resistive. Sapphire is highly resistant to chemical corrosion, and it's unaffected by most acids and alkalis. However, it can be attacked by hydrofluoric acid. Crystal structure, sapphire crystallizes in the hexagonal system, forming prismatic crystals with 6-sided cross sections. Sapphire has a high level of thermal conductivity, making it useful in various applications such as electronic components. It's, of course, highly transparent, and the melting point of sapphire crystal is approximately 20,040 Celsius, making it highly heat resistant. Sapphire has no cleavage, which means it does not break along planes of weakness. Instead, it fractures conchoidally, producing smooth, curved surfaces. It has a vitreous, glass-like luster when polished, which enhances its brilliance and sparkle. Its optical properties, well, sapphire exhibits birefringence, which means that light passing through it is split into two rays, each of which travels at a different speed. This property is used in polarizing filters. And sapphire is found in many parts of the world, including Australia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, and the United States. Some of the most famous sapphire deposits are in Kashmir, Myanmar, and Madagascar. This rock is incredible, and let it rock your world with all of these beautiful watch options that we have in 2025. The next level, groundbreaking tech and new techniques that Richard Mille has been creating are nothing but dazzling, colored sapphires in pink, blue, and beyond. These aren't just watches, they are masterpieces of craftsmanship and creativity. Sapphire Revolution is here, and it's here to stay. Forget what you know or thought you knew about watchmaking. Richard Mille and their sapphire innovations are paving the way for the future, where beauty, creativity, and technology blend seamlessly together into futuristic, timeless masterpieces. This is just the beginning, and who knows what's next. Now, don't miss out on the explosive journey into the future of watchmaking. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. You won't believe what comes next. Thank you, and this is Chrono Sapien. Peace out.